Hey guys, I'm here to talk to you about how to deal with loneliness. I know the holiday season is coming and this can apply to anyone. And I'm hoping these tips can help you manage if you ever feel lonely during the holidays. All right. So, number one, you have to accept that it is normal. Okay? You have to accept that it is normal to feel lonely sometimes. Things happen. Life get in the way. Breakups happen. You can always feel lonely. But the trick is to not stay in that mindset for too long. Because at that point, you have reached the level of what we call depression. So, after we accept, right, we have to also recognize the effects that it has so you can combat them. So, depending on the person, this can also affect your health. This can, and you can see your cholesterol level change up. You can see that your body is a whole lot more tired. You also can have lack of sleep because of all these thoughts running through your mind that you are sad, you don't feel right within yourself. You are feeling disconnected from the world. You were supposed to have someone with you and all of a sudden that person is no longer there and you feel alone. You feel like nobody has your back. So that is something that you can try to recognize as soon as those thoughts appear in your mind, then we can start figuring out, okay, so what do I do now, right? So the third thing we can start doing is seek professional help. Seek professional help, all right? This can mean finding yourself a mental health counselor, I'm sorry if I'm looking down, but I'm actually reading my notes. So where was I? Seek professional help. All right. So, a therapist can help you explore the factors behind your feelings and the direction it took to get to your current state. With that as well, your emotions can be addressed as well with the psychiatrist or the therapist. Actually, let's just say therapist. Whatever type of therapist you choose is your choice. You can choose a psychologist, a mental health counselor, or a psychiatrist, whichever works, right? And because some people, for an example, if they recently lost a family member or a close friend, you may be experiencing loneliness and also grief. So those are two different things. So to categorize that, you got to have that professional support. Just talking to your friends and family may not be enough. You have to speak to a non-biased individual who can help you professionally, because no one can help you versus your friend just giving you advice. Advice can only get you to one way, but sometimes you need to speak to someone that can redirect these emotions and can speak to you on a professional level and not sway you into their own perspective or your friend's perspective on how they would deal with this. But they're not you, right? They can't justify or they cannot understand fully mentally what you're going through. But if someone is licensed to understand you, then that's different. That is definitely different. All right. So that healing process with a therapist can make a difference. Not even that. And sometimes you might also feel lonely because of location, right? Military members who are deployed or spouses separated from them. can also experience a sense of loneliness as well. That can seem unsolvable sometimes. You may struggle with meeting new people. You may also, because you have moved, you may struggle because you don't know your new area. So you may tend to stay, you may tend to stay with yourself and try not to meet other people. So if you are new, find a local community center that will have resources to connect you with a mental health counselor that can help you as well. And number 4, it's going pretty fast. Number 4, you need to nurture existing relationships. All right. Loneliness can make us feel isolated from your current relationships, right? Because we are so wrapped up in our mind that we are not open, or we're not aware that we haven't spoken to our current relationships, right? This can mean friends and family members and even coworkers, right? So in that sense, by feeling lonely, it makes us pull away from our current relationships. And which is weird because this is when we need them the most, right? So what I would want you to do when you recognize that you're feeling lonely, you recognize the signs, and you know that you should seek professional help. In the meantime, you need to reach out to your current relationships. All right. So you can put yourself on the path of learning about how to cope with this feeling. Once you, when the people you once loved understand the state that you are in, or at one point, if these people are close to you, they will reach out to you and say, hey, I haven't heard from you in a minute. And they can come by, right? What you can also do is schedule time each day or once a week to call or visit a friend. This is something that I had to learn as well when it comes to my own self-love journey, that I had to take care of my relationships, right? I had like 5 ways to overcome that. There's another video on YouTube about that I created before, but managing your relationships matter, right? So I actually pick a friend once a week to talk to, and I spend an hour with them, right? This can mean an hour together. This can mean an hour on the phone. This can mean an hour on FaceTime. Whatever that relationship is, pick a day or a time during the week to go see them or actually spend time with them. Another thing you could do too is invite someone out for brunch. Go outside. Like, be out in public. Whatever you do, drag yourself out of bed. If you need to go out alone, you can do so. Go for brunch alone. Or invite a friend. Hey, sis, what are you doing today? Let's go get brunch, right? Just a little bit of familiarity can help you. Being out in public, listening to music, maybe move your body around so you don't feel so stiff because you've laid in bed all day because you feel lonely. So being outside can also help boost your confidence. And on top of that, you can start a conversation with neighbors if you like your neighbors. If you don't be weird. But that is an option. Social media can also help too, but sometimes depending on the message or the platform that you're on, it can also add on to your loneliness. So I wouldn't fully recommend social media to begin there, but always reach out to a local friend. See the person in real life. All right. The next one is practice affirmations. Positive self-talk will never fail you. They will never fail you. So you might be thinking you might be asking about how to get rid of negative self-talk because it impacts loneliness. Because a lot of times, if you're sitting there and you are thinking, oh my God, I am never going to see this person again, a lot of negative energy is pouring into you. The more you think of bad things happening, guess what? It will react onto your body. So to avoid all of that, we need to start journaling. That's number one. Start journaling how you're feeling at the present time. Every day, if you can find the courage, just write how you're feeling today. If you're feeling like I don't get out of bed, write down, I don't want to get out of bed. And then the next day, write about the feeling of that day. And the next, and the following, and the following. All right. There are plenty of YouTube videos about self-affirmations. One of my favorites is the YouTube page called You Are Creators. They have about 3 or 4 videos about affirmations, about self-talk, positive affirmations. I think in one of the videos they have about 300 affirmations. So there's a lot of videos out there about affirmations. So you can play that as soon as you wake up in the morning. You just go on YouTube, play it as you're getting ready for the day, as you're brushing your teeth, as you are taking a shower, or as you are eating breakfast. So play that every day to help you combat loneliness. All right. Last thing is find a hobby. Find a hobby or start volunteering. Also, be outside. Basically, go out in public. There's one thing about being a human being is how we connect with one another. Right? The relationship that we have with each other also help boost our confidence. Also helps boost our endorphins. It makes us happy most of the times, right? So by volunteering, once you start volunteering, most people get a sense of joy by giving back, that you are helping someone feel better, that you are making their life just a little bit better. So if there is a nonprofit organization in your local town that you would like to volunteer, look it up. So that way you can do your part in making somebody feel better, and possibly that will lead to making you feel better as well. Because once you see if you can make someone smile, then you have won the day. Because if that person smiles at you, you would also feel tingly on the inside, and you can start smiling too. And the more you see people smile, you will also feel that joy and start smiling yourself. And the more you smile, the better it is. And the more that you combat loneliness. And there's one thing about volunteering is the people that you meet as well, the other volunteers. The other volunteers who likely share the same interests as you. So now you get the opportunity to make new friends so you don't feel as lonely, because we can go back to nurturing our relationships, so we can start nurturing new relationships with these volunteers that you also meet when you're volunteering with these organizations locally. So guys, here are all my tips on how to deal with loneliness. All right. Number one, let's do this again. Number one, accept that it is normal. Okay. Don't overthink it. It's okay. Accept the state where you are. All right. Number two, recognize the effects that it has on your body. This can mean you feel tired. You have a sense of your weight gain. You may also have lack of sleep. Don't worry about it. Just recognize what they are and keep it moving. Number three, seek professional help. find a local mental health counselor or life coach or psychiatrist and even a psychologist to help you. Number 4, nurture existing relationships. Practice affirmation for number 5. And lastly, find a hobby or volunteering. All right, guys. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.